Hey guys, this is Vadim with MaxTech, and right here in front of me are the two most popular and premium keyboard cases with built-in trackpads for Apple's iPad Pro. We've got the Magic Keyboard case that's a little bit pricey. It's $300 for the 11-inch iPad Pro, and we've got the Brydge Pro Plus for the 11-inch, which is $200. So you're saving $100 by going with this option. So what we're gonna do in this video is compare basically everything we can between these two keyboard cases, including the keyboards, the trackpads, the hinge, the features, everything, to see if you can go with the Brydge, save that $100 and still get the same level of quality or experience, or if you should just spend the extra $100 and go straight for the Magic Keyboard case. So let's go ahead and unbox the Brydge Pro Plus. Let's slide this over to the side. All right, here we go. Same kind of unboxing experience as before. Boom, as you guys can see, you got our trackpad right here. Cool, so we got the new updated version of this magnetic cover. So I guess I can start off with putting on that cover, just magnetically holds on just like that. That's kind of weird, it doesn't really hold on that well. It kind of slides all over the place, but it's okay. Set that down. Let's open up the hinges on the Brydge Pro Plus. Let's slide this guy in. Just like that. There you have it. So now that we've got this on, let's go ahead and close it and basically compare the design to the Magic Keyboard case. This is actually pretty nice. I like this feel of this magnetic cover. This is kind of like a polyurethane, rubbery kind of finish, and the thing that sucks about this is that you're gonna get little marks, or not really stains, but like marks that happen over time on this guy. I'm not sure about this magnetic cover, but if we flip it over to the other side, we get the same thing for the Magic Keyboard case. But here we actually get like a, I don't know if this is aluminum, feels like a MacBook. As you can see, we have these rubber stands on the Brydge because it would slide all over the place with the aluminum, compared to this, which is actually really grippy and nice. So what a lot of people complained about with the Magic Keyboard case is that the sides of the iPad Pro are exposed and unprotected, but what I'm seeing here with the Brydge is that it's actually the same thing. Now, in terms of the size, they're actually really similar all the way around, except that the Magic Keyboard has the little hinge portion sticking out, so this is actually a little bit smaller. But if you're comparing the thickness, you can actually easily tell that the Brydge Pro Plus is quite a bit thicker than the Magic Keyboard case if you're looking at this side profile view. Now, in terms of the weight, the Brydge Pro Plus keyboard case without the magnetic cover weighs 550 grams compared to 603 on the Magic Keyboard case, so this is definitely heavier. Now, both of these keyboard cases have USB-C ports on the side. You can see that the Brydge Pro Plus has one right here, but it's actually only for charging the internal battery of this keyboard case. But on the Magic Keyboard, you also have a USB-C port right here in the hinge, and what's really cool about it is that it's used for pass-through charging. That means if you plug in your power adapter, it's going to charge the iPad Pro itself, which you can't do with the Brydge Pro Plus, obviously, because it uses Bluetooth, and the Magic Keyboard doesn't have any internal batteries either. So this is a really cool, unique feature that you can't find anywhere else. Now let's compare the hinges on both of these and how easy it is to open up. The one thing that's annoying on the Magic Keyboard is that there's no notch here to put your finger in, so you kind of have to jam your fingers in, and it's tough to open it up. One thing that I found, one solution, is to put it on its hinge first and then drop down the keyboard portion. That's the way I use it. I find it's the best. But on the Brydge, you actually do have a notch right here, so you can actually put your finger in here, just lift it up like that. So definitely much easier to open with the Brydge. Now, comparing the feel of the hinge, what's cool about the Magic Keyboard is that it kind of snaps into place, which is kind of cool, but the issue is that you don't have a huge range of adjustability. It can only go like that. But with the Brydge, you basically have like 0 to 180 degrees of angle adjustability. You can go here, here, here. You could even lay it down all the way flat like that, which is really unique. And the unique thing about the Magic Keyboard is that it has this new floating design, which is pretty cool, and it kind of puts it more upright and closer to you for touch input compared to this, where it's kind of a little bit further back. It's not that big of a deal, but it's definitely a cool design for the Magic Keyboard. But on the other hand, with the Brydge, you can actually take off the iPad. Is kind of hard. That's what's kind of sucks about that. take off this magnetic cover, you could actually put it in backwards and fold it down. And basically you can use it like this for the Apple Pencil for drawing. So this gives you a nice little way that you can draw. Unfortunately, it does touch the display a little bit, so if you use a screen protector, that'll be an issue, but this is definitely pretty cool. Now on the Magic Keyboard, you can't do that. You can't lay it down or lay it flat. The best you can do is put it upside down like that and then draw. However, the cool feature about the Magic Keyboard is that you simply lift it off and you've got tablet mode, and then you simply set it back onto the keyboard case. Now another thing I really like about the Magic Keyboard case is how slim this bottom keyboard portion is. It's really slim compared to the Brydge Pro Plus, where the bulk of the device is in this keyboard section, so it's thick like a MacBook compared to a really thin and flush design. So it's actually really impressive how Apple was able to fit all of that in such a slim keyboard portion. So finally, without further ado, let's go ahead and start comparing these keyboard cases. And since the Brydge uses Bluetooth, you actually have to go ahead and turn it on and then start pairing it. All right, so it's not turning on. It should. I'm holding it, I'm pressing it. It is battery powered. I think the battery actually came dead. I guess I'm gonna grab the charging cable, charge it up a little bit, and then we'll resume with the comparison, because what's cool about the Magic Keyboard case, there's no batteries, no Bluetooth. You simply put it on and the smart connector makes the connection between the keyboard and the trackpad, and it works without any batteries. Plug and play compared to the battery design on the Brydge. So I just finished charging the Brydge Pro Plus keyboard case for about 20 minutes. Finally, we can turn it on. There you go. It is on. Let's go into the Bluetooth and let's hold that little pairing button. There you go, Brydge Pro Plus. Now before I get into comparing these two, I actually have to go and download the Brydge Connect app to download the latest firmware update. It is a little unfortunate that you have to download the app and go through all those extra steps compared to the Magic Keyboard, which you simply put on and it works right out of the box. Apparently you have to plug in the power cable into the Brydge keyboard just to update the firmware, so I'll be right back. Now before we get into the most important feature of these keyboard cases, which is the trackpads, let's first compare the keyboards. All right, so what I'm noticing with this keyboard is that it actually feels really good. I like the feel of these keys, a lot of feedback, a lot of response, really nice key travel. I mean, comparing key travel, it seems like the Brydge has more key travel, so that's really nice. Feels really good to type. The only downside I'm seeing with the Brydge is that the keys are actually really small. If you compare the size, like look at that, they're quite a bit smaller than the ones on the Magic Keyboard, but it actually feels pretty comfortable to type on. Now, as far as the typing feel on the Magic Keyboard case, it feels really good. I really like it. It's really similar to the new Magic Keyboard for the 2020 MacBook Air and MacBook Pro. It's definitely a great keyboard, especially because of the thin bottom keyboard portion on the Magic Keyboard. So definitely feels really good, but I think I'd give the keyboard feel over to the Brydge. The highlight feature for the Brydge is the top row of function keys. So you've got this top key right here, which is the escape key. Really nice. You've got the little lock key. You've got the backlighting adjustment. You've got the screen brightness, you've got the on-screen keyboard, the language, you've got the media keys, skip, go back, pause, and you've got volume keys. This is really nice to have. So much more convenient to use these keys compared to the Magic Keyboard case, which unfortunately does not have a top row of function keys. The thing is, if it did, it'd be kind of awkward to reach and grab those because of the floating design. And if you've seen iFixit's X-ray image of the Magic Keyboard case, you'll know that there's a lot of tech going on inside there, so it'd be pretty tough to add another layer, another top row of function keys, because the trackpad is already kind of squeezed down. It's the biggest you can make it, so you wouldn't really be able to fit it there. Now, one of the cool things about the Brydge is the backlighting control key. You've got 3 different settings. Now, obviously, the Magic Keyboard doesn't have that, but it does have a special feature where it actually uses the iPad Pro's ambient light sensor to detect when the light goes down in your room. It actually turns on the Magic Keyboard backlighting automatically by itself, and it gets brighter as it gets darker. Now, in terms of the keyboard shortcuts, there's actually this really cool feature where you just hold down the command button and it shows you all of the available shortcuts. And as far as I know, everything should be working. Like, for example, Command N should make a new note. So that works on both of these, and we get the same list. So it looks like you get the same shortcuts with both of these keyboard cases. Now let's finally go down and compare the trackpads, which is the #1 reason why you're buying either of these keyboard cases. Now, when I first got this Magic Keyboard, I thought the trackpad was really small compared to the MacBooks, but looking at the Brydge Pro Plus's trackpad, it actually looks even smaller. So if we compare how tall they are, they're actually really similar. But on the Magic Keyboard case, it does get quite a bit wider. So that's definitely a big perk, a big plus for the Magic Keyboard case. In terms of the clicking feel, it seems like the Brydge does have a diving board design, which basically means that it's hooked up at the top here. So near the bottom, it's really nice and easy to click. But as you get closer to the top, it gets harder and harder. And near the top, it's basically like impossible to click it. Really, really hard. But at the bottom, really, really easy to click. Now, the cool thing about the Magic Keyboard case and its trackpad is that you get an even clicking feel. iFixit actually popped off the trackpad on the Magic Keyboard, and they found that it has a really unique design which allows it to have even clicking pressure all the way around. What I'm also noticing is that it's very easy to click the trackpad on the Magic Keyboard compared to on the Brydge. It's kind of like hit or miss. Sometimes it'll click, sometimes it won't. But if you like to use tap to click like I do, luckily both of these support it. So as you can see, tap to click, I could actually do 2-finger right click. And of course you can do the same thing with the Magic Keyboard. Now let's compare the responsiveness of swiping on both of these trackpads. What I like about the Magic Keyboard is that it's really nice, lag-free, responsive, just swipes. Now let's go ahead and try the Brydge. It's not bad, but it kind of like glitches back and forth. Look, it kind of stutters. Sometimes it doesn't even work. Look at that. I'm swiping and it's not swiping. So definitely points taken off of the Brydge for not really being that responsive in terms of the swiping. Now let's go ahead and test the scrolling up and down like for a web page or for Facebook. So here we are. It's working really nice and fast and responsive on the Magic Keyboard case. Seems like with the swiping, it kind of like goes in chunks. Instead of being smooth, it like super quick and then it stops, super quick and stops. And what I've also noticed is that sometimes you'll swipe and it doesn't register. Look at that. I just swiped a couple of times and it's not registering correctly. So the scrolling is worse as well. And another really cool feature with the Magic Keyboard is that you could actually pinch to zoom just like that. So it works within the Photos app. You're actually able to pinch out and choose different tabs like that, which is pretty cool. But I think on the Brydge, it actually does not work at all. Pinch to zoom does not work for anything. So I guess one way you can get to the home screen with the Brydge is just simply hitting that button right there. And it looks like you can also go down to the bottom of the screen to get to the home screen. Yep, just like that. And I think you can get down to the app expose if you go, come on, even harder down, there you go. But what bugs me is that you can't do a 3-finger swipe left and right in between apps. Now, one of my favorite gestures with the Magic Keyboard is that you can go up and you can actually adjust the brightness or the volume. And I've noticed that it actually does not work. It does not work on the Brydge Pro Plus for some reason. Even though scrolling works, this feature doesn't work. So before I get into my conclusion, I want to remind you guys of the prices. $200 for the Brydge Pro Plus, $300 for the Magic Keyboard case. So the question is, do you just go for the Magic Keyboard case for $300? I know it's expensive, very expensive, but you get a perfect experience. You don't get batteries that can die on you. You don't get Bluetooth. It works really, really well. Or do you save the $100 and buy the Brydge Pro Plus? In my honest opinion, the most important thing about these two pretty expensive keyboard cases is the trackpads. And as you guys just saw, the trackpad support on the Brydge Pro Plus, it really sucks. It doesn't work like you'd expect when you're looking at the spec sheet, you're looking at their page. And my advice for those people who really care about trackpad support, simply go with the Magic Keyboard case for $300, because if you end up buying this for $200 and then you start using the trackpad and you get really disappointed, it's gonna suck. You're gonna wish that you spent the extra money on the Magic Keyboard case. So my final conclusion is that if you want to go with the Brydge, just go with the Brydge Pro model that does not come with the trackpad. Just get that model because it's a lot cheaper. There's some sales going on Amazon. I'm going to link to them down below. Just choose that if you're going for the Brydge. And if you're going for the Magic Keyboard case, there's some links down there below as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this comparison. Let me know your personal thoughts on each of these keyboard cases down in the comments below, and make sure to click the subscribe button above because I'm going to be doing a review of this Brydge Pro Plus very soon, and I already did a review of the Magic Keyboard case, which you can check out right over there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.